Right, we are live, guys. What is going on? My name is Brando Olinik, and it's a real pleasure to connect with you in this conversation where I'm going to actually share with you a little bit of a review when it comes to how to make a steady, consistent, reliable income without an actual job, actually being able to quit your job and create a steady, consistent, reliable income. Now, I actually want to be crystal clear because some people are like, well, what do you mean if you're not working, how can you make a steady income? That doesn't make sense to me, Brando. And the short answer is, when it comes to actually quitting your job, quitting your full-time, your part-time job, granted you're over 18, you're watching this video if you got a job, when it comes to this, the best tip I can give you is start a business. The reason for that is because when you're your own boss, when you learn to make $1, you can make $2. When you learn to make your own money, you can create your own schedule, which means it's not necessarily a job. Alright, because when you learn to be your own boss, you're creating your own schedule. That means you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. And there's no better way to actually have a lifestyle and a business that allows you to do just that. Where if you've got a passion for snowboarding like me, if you've got a passion for traveling or going and, buying jewelry, maybe that's your passion. I don't know what your passion is. Maybe it's volunteer work. Maybe it's, democracy. You love democracy and debates, and that's your forte, and you love being able to express yourself to the public view. If you've got a passion, learn to build a business around that. And when you learn to do that, you can do anything you want to do when you want to do it. And to give you guys a lead here, when it comes to this, a year and a half ago, before I was able to build a full-time income business on the internet working at part-time, I was working as a baker in a restaurant. And I was my whole scheme was looking at ways in which I could build up a supplemental income to my job so I could quit. I was making like $2,000 a month, and I wanted to leave that place so bad because it took me a long time to be able to save up for things that I wanted with expenses and bills. Like to take a trip, it took me like 4 months to save up money. Never really got to see my family because when you're working full-time, you really don't. And I had a big problem with that. I was not okay with that. And I started to get comfortable with that. I started to tell myself that this is the way life is. This is the way it's going to be. That, it's going to take a long time to make a lot of money, and that it's really, really hard work to make lots of money. And the reality is that's a bunch of BS. The reason why average people are not creating average results is because they don't know that. And I'm assuming you're not average if you're watching this video because you're looking for unaverage results, wanting to, make a steady income without a job. And the best tip I can give you guys, honestly, was what happened to me when I came across an individual a year and a half ago baking in a restaurant, and this person was building a business and income on the internet without bugging their friends and family. Everything was online, so they didn't have crazy overhead. They were able to walk away from corporate America, raise their daughter without putting her through daycare, and still travel and live their lifestyle because their passion was traveling. And because they're able to do that, I began to model and copy them. And guys, it's not a guarantee of results or something that I'm telling you you're going to be able to do as well, because I worked really hard. I worked really hard. I didn't have a plan B. I knew building a business, being my own boss, was the only way I could make a steady income without working for another person. But I busted my butt, and 3 months later, I was able to create a full-time income and quit my job. And I've been able to maintain a steady income without a job, building a business online for the last year and a half, almost 2 years at the time of shooting this. So if it's worked for me, it can definitely work for you. And I hope that impresses upon you that you don't need magical powers to do this. You don't need anything technical. You don't need a bachelor's degree or master's degree. Heck, I'm just an average person who is willing to put in unaverage results and work ethic, alright, and persistency and consistency. And if you're willing to do just that, when it comes to not working a job and making and maintaining an income, the best thing you could do is learn to make your own money, learn to be your own boss. It's the most empowering thing out there. And there's so many different businesses out there. That's why my biggest breakthrough was when I connected with someone. I would encourage you to connect with someone. If you don't have anyone to connect with, you guys can always connect with me. I'll put a link down below to my personal training site. It's 123marketingtips.com. That's where I'll personally connect with you, share with you the same system that I've been able to use to build a business and income on the internet. If you're serious, you're coachable and trainable, I encourage you to check it out. I'll connect with you there, and I'll see you guys on the beach of the world. And if you have questions on this, comment below, but I will see you guys at the top, and take care.